Okay, so starting off, it's a pretty strange time right now. What are you guys doing to get through this time while social distancing?
It is a difficult time right now, especially because we're so used to being out and about.
Yeah.
And, one of the most difficult things is when we do go to the grocery store, if we're trying to pick up things, is
Go
people
to
still,
gym.
well, you can't go to the gym. But as we're
No,
out
I
now,
mean we used to be.
yes, we used to go to the gym. But one of the things that's difficult now is when we go out, people still want to come up to us
Yeah.
and forget about social distancing and our human nature is to be, obviously accommodating, people recognize. So that's been probably the biggest thing is still trying to be friendly, but not disrespectful and say, oh, wait, um, with people. And that's probably the hardest thing. Being here in Arizona and in Scottsdale, it's so warm that you don't get a feeling that there's a quarantine because people are out on their bikes, they're jogging the park. It's obviously not as busy as it used to be. And the weather's warm, so you don't get that quarantine feeling that you probably have in the bigger cities.
So you're going to be part of the new limited series, 90 Day Fiancé Self-Quarantined. What is that going to be like?
The 90-day fiancé self-quarantine is really just kind of what it's like, what we're going through right now, and kind of showing some of those things, still trying to live our life, the things that we have to do and things that we can't do. I think it's obviously something that most people can probably relate to.
Definitely. And then, okay, so jumping to this season of 90 Day, what are you thinking about what's going down with David and Lana? Do you think that she really exists?
Obviously, when you look at last season and you see Caesar, Dave reminds me of Caesar 2.0. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't have high hopes for him, but you just never know. Maria ended up appearing for Caesar when we least expected it. So I don't know yet. I kind of feel bad for David in a sense, and I wish him the best. I also wish that I could just shake him and say, what are you doing? 7 years, $100,000. He could have had somebody.
Yeah, I mean he kind of like he nice guys. Don't get me wrong, but to me I feel like he live in La La Land. Have a dream.
Another couple that's having kind of a bumpy time right now is Darcey and Tom. Are you hoping that they work things out in the end?
No, I don't hope they will go in the end. But Darcy and Tom, I think they both might be very great person. We met Darcy many times and we love her and we love who she is. But doesn't mean Tom will love her for who she is. He wants her to be like the girl in his dream, but she cannot be that way. She is Darcy, but I think both of them they might be very great person, but by themselves, not as couple. I don't have any hope with them, but I hope they both move on.
My feeling is the only thing they probably have in common is they both like their steak cut on the bias. That's probably the only thing that they agree on.
I don't know you will see Tom steak on the bias.
But the prim and proper way of things. I don't really have high hopes for their relationship. I hope for both of them individually that they find love with themselves, with each other or with themselves. They have a long road ahead of them. We'll see what happens.
And then another big personality this season is Big Ed. How do you think things are going for Big Ed and Rosemary?
From last week and the previews coming up this week, I really don't know how the relationship will end up. Look, I understand what it's like. He's older than I am by a few years and wanting to find love. For him, it's been 28 years and it is difficult. But I think Ed really should understand the Asian culture before embarking upon anything else because it is very different than what he is accustomed to. And in the Philippines, it's even more so different than even the Chinese culture or the Thai culture, because it has more of a Catholic influence and religion is different and plays an important role. I just think Ed is unprepared.
I think Rosemary and Ed still have some hope with them because Rosemary, she wants the better life with her and her son, and who doesn't want that? I mean, she come on the show. I think she come with the right reason, but I don't know about Ed.
That's well said.
The last week we saw him, he act like a total prostitute. He acts so bad to her. I'm still mad at it. I hope next week is better.
And then, which couple from this season has been your favorite to watch their journey?
Still Ed and Rosemary. And also, what the two girls? My favorite girl,
Oh,
my
Stephanie.
colorful.
Yeah, Stephanie and Erica.
I love them.
We absolutely love Stephanie and Erica. And Erica, Erica especially because she has volunteered her time in Thailand, at the animal rescue for elephants and dogs. So obviously, anybody who has an affinity for Thailand, we absolutely. And she's so colorful. Annie loves it. And Stephanie,
because I always very racist colorful. And who else? I mean, not all of them. Couple of them, they're very interesting on the show. Like a Big 8. He kind of like fun to watch. Lisa and Soulja Boy also fun to watch.
Yes.
Not they're my favorite couple, but they're fun to watch. Yeah. I still love to watch them.
Yeah, we like
Baby Love.
we like Baby Love and Usman and Lisa.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like Angela 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And the Yolanda with the Williams.
Oh,
we'll see what happens.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens there. We were actually, speaking of Erica and Stephanie, we were in Thailand back in February, and beginning of March we came back when Erica actually had been in Thailand. We kind of didn't get a chance to meet up, but we all were kind of having to travel, and we had to cut our short trip. Mm-hmm. We had to cut our trip short because of COVID-19. We actually lost some time because we couldn't transit in China. We went from LA to Qatar. Yeah, and then Bangkok up north to her village. And, they were checking our temperature. We went through medical screening in Doha. Coming back to LA, there wasn't any. And that was March 2nd, 3rd, when we came back.
And then what advice would you give to the new couples about how to handle online bullying?
Well, we kind of went through that. Annie had received a very nasty direct message, very hateful, even on my post, very anti-Asian. And, it is scary. We have, obviously concerns with that. And I tell all the new people, just ignore, don't get into a fight with anybody. It's not worth it.
Never win. You never win on the hand. So it doesn't matter. You can give them your kidney. They still hate you. So it doesn't matter. Just leave them alone. If they hate, let them live their life with the hate. So I still continue my life with love, joining, even though I can't get outside like I used to be. But
right.
And
we try
to live my life with that.
Right. And we try to share a little love. We, gave away some toilet paper to several people, and just trying to give a little bit back.
For the couple, for the advice, for the brand new couple, or before the 90 day, I think they for Rosemary and Ed, they should learn each other more because they was made online. They never see each other in person. But when they see each other in person, I hope they work out. Let's talk. Let's go through what they want to talk. What really attention are.
Yeah, what the issues are.
Yeah.
I think if any advice I could give to any couple going on B90, or whatever they're going to appear on, or in any relationship, whether on television or not, is to really understand the other person's culture. Learn about it. Google is an amazing tool. Research, because by having information, you can avoid a lot of the problems that you will encounter, in dating, let alone international dating.
And also Lisa and Usman, I think Lisa should Google more how to act in foreign country.
And take deep breaths.